Good evening and welcome to Poland Daily. I'm Nicholas Richardson and this is the news. Companies operating in Warsaw must pay 30, 50, even 80 zloty per month for every square metre of space that they rent. This is the absolute minimum. However, there are some who are not obliged to do so, namely the activists of the National Women's Strike, who appear to enjoy close relations with City Hall. How much is this costing to support the political extension of the opposition, and who is really paying for it? Our reporter, Magdalena Balkiewicz, set out to find out more.
15 zloty per square meter. This is how much the foundation of Marta Lempart has to pay to the Warsaw City Hall. Its offices are neighboring the building of the Sejm, the lower chamber of parliament. However, not everyone is that lucky. Usually, the prices oscillate between 30 to even 100 zloty.
Tym samym pada pytanie, to dlaczego dzieje się tak?
So here we have the question of why we are not earning money as a city when we have the opportunity. However, I think there is a hidden agenda to support those who protest against the government, and this is the main reason behind all of this. I believe that Warsaw City Hall needs to concentrate today on fighting the coronavirus.
Sam realnie wspierając strajk kobiet poprzez swoją obecność pokazywał swoje podejście do tych spraw.
On the other hand, Paweł Lech from the Civic Coalition does not see any issue. In his opinion, the prices could be even lower.
Miasto mogłoby nawet za 10 zł taki lokal.
Sometimes these prices are lower. The city could even rent such offices for 10 zlotys per square meter. So we are not even talking about the lowest prices. Of course, there is a question why the women's strike would need offices. We know that this organization organizes events across the country.
Strajkowi kobiet tego typu lokal jest potrzebny.
Meanwhile, the headquarters of the foundation of Marta Lempart are not located in Warsaw but in Wrocław. In the capital, the activist openly supported Rafał Trzaskowski in the elections, and he himself took part in the demonstrations.
Miasto to nie ukrywa, że jest.
The city does not shy away from the fact that it takes sides and fights against the current government.
Państwową.
Every zloty coming from the cities and government's donations are the taxpayers' money. The city and the government seem to be using them in a political fog of war.
Warsaw has responded to Berlin's earlier announcement about the need to introduce the money for the rule of law mechanism and has blocked the European Union budget. Along with Poland, Hungary is also against this approach. This afternoon, before the decision was taken, the head of the United Poland Party commented on the matter.
Szanowni Państwo, propozycja prezydencji niemieckiej, propozycja wspierania...
The proposal of the German presidency, supported by the president of the European Commission, who is a German politician, this proposal, which was made in the European Parliament by German politicians, is aimed at basic Polish interests. Regardless of the consequences, Poland and all of its politicians should be of the same opinion on this matter. We disagree with these decisions. We disagree with this radical blow to the Polish position. We disagree with this radical restriction of Polish sovereignty. That is why we decided to veto it. We're vetoing it because we want Polish interests to be heard. We also disagree with these kinds of methods to be enforced in a manner contrary to the European Union's law and European Union treaties.
Były forsowane w sposób sprzeczny z europejskim prawem, z europejskimi traktatami.
The miracle survivor of the Second World War, the former Berson and Baumann Children's Hospital in Warsaw, will live on to serve future generations. The Polish Ministry of Culture, Natural Heritage and Sport has acquired the former hospital for over 23 million zloty. The new occupant of the building will be the Warsaw Ghetto Museum. Cardinal Henryk Gulbinowicz, who was Archbishop of Wrocław from 1976 to 2004, died today at the age of 97. The cause of his death was pneumonia and pulmonary insufficiency.
Cardinal Henryk Gulbinowicz was the Archbishop of Wrocław from 1976 to 2004. During the Polish People's Republic, he was considered one of the most important priests opposing the communist authorities. In the last years of his life, Cardinal Gulbinowicz was publicly accused of cooperation with the SB secret police and covering up child sex abuse by pedophile priests.
The epidemiological situation in Poland is improving. During the last 24 hours, the Polish Ministry of Health reported 20,816 new coronavirus infections in the country, which is almost 1,000 fewer than yesterday.
The Polish Ministry of Health reported 20,816 new coronavirus infections in the country in the last 24 hours. 143 more people have died of COVID-19 and coexisting diseases. The worst situation is in the Silesian Voivodeship, which has reported over 3,300 new COVID-19 infections. The Mazovian and Greater Poland Voivodeship is in second place with nearly 2,500 new infections. The Polish Ministry of Health has reported 1,800 new infections in Lower Silesia, 1,300 in Lesser Poland, and 1,200 in the Lubelski region.
That's the news. Thank you for watching. Stay with us for the weather, Poland Daily Business and more programmes. But from me, it's have a good night and a better tomorrow.